Hi everyone, welcome to Right Living Health Foundation YouTube channel. This is coming from the desk of Dr. T of Right Living Health Foundation. I want to appreciate those of you who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, and do keep in touch. This channel is committed to the cause of providing total health for total man, and that through natural remedies. If you are watching this video for the first time, kindly click the subscribe button below this video to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more interesting videos coming up to you on daily basis. And make sure you stay through to watch this life-changing video to the very end. In today's video, we shall consider a very important topic. Top 100 plus proven weight loss tips you can use to lose weight quickly and keep it off for good. There was also a time when the thought of losing weight didn't even occur in our society. People ate what mom cooked for dinner and they went to work. The difference in that society and today's society is that work was not behind a computer screen, but on their feet in the fields or on a warehouse floor. People worked physically because that was the only way to work. In fact, that's why it was called work. It was often during this time that people could eat anything they wanted because they were burning much more calories than what they consumed. But, like all good things, that too has passed, and the technology of today's world has left us in one condition, an overweight one. Our lifestyles have changed so drastically and our comforts have increased tenfold. As they say, every rose has its thorn, and for our society our desire to have comfortable lives and to work less has begun to show around the waistline. The bad thing about all of this is the more weight you gain, the more dangerous it becomes. Extra weight spells illness, whether it is in the form of diabetes or a heart condition. It's bound to show up if you don't do something about it. You have to be proactive in weight gain, and you have to work it off until it gets to a point where you no longer have control. It's not necessarily about being toned and sculpted, but at a weight that is not life-threatening. You can work on the abs later. Right now you just need to shed some extra body fat. As society realizes what is happening and that we are overweight as a whole, people are trying to play catch up and work from behind. They are trying to lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle. This video is your guide to losing that first 10 pounds that we all struggle with. It's amazing what little changes in your life can add up to you losing 10 pounds, and they all revolve around eating right and getting your body moving. Weight loss beginning with what you drink. First and foremost, people don't realize that what they drink is the first step in losing that first 10 pounds. In fact, most people don't know that when they feel hungry, they may actually be dehydrated and they are really thirsty, not hungry. Water is remarkable as well. Over 66% of your body weight is nothing but water. This is also why water plays an important role in weight control. So tip number 1 is, drink plenty of water. It is recommended that you drink 8 glasses per day, but that may take you some time to work up to. Your body needs a whole lot of water. Water doesn't just flush all the toxins out of your body, but it makes you feel better and healthier. When you drink a lot of water, you just begin to feel fit, and this is the motivation you need to lose weight. The best thing about water is you can drink as much as you want because it has no calories at all. When you're drinking a lot of water, you eat less as well because you won't feel as though you are starving to death. Remember, if you feel hungry, try drinking a glass of water first and you'll realize you were probably just dehydrated and not hungry at all. The whole 8 glasses a day rule is really something you should strive for. The best way to do this and to measure your water intake is to buy a jug from the drugstore or grocery store that is designed to hold exactly 8 glasses of water. These are great weight loss tools because you can fill them up, freeze them, and as it melts throughout the day you have fresh and cold water. Or, if you don't mind your water room temperature, you can drink it that way as well. All that matters is that you're getting in the water your body needs. Tip number 2, start off your day with a fresh, clean glass of water. As soon as you get up in the morning, drink one down. This will help your body to get going because it won't be fighting through dehydration. Also, after you drink a glass of water you won't need to eat such a large breakfast. A glass of water wakes up all the digestive juices in your body and gets it well lubricated. You can always have your morning coffee or tea, but be sure to have a glass of water afterwards. Caffeine dehydrates you and you want to ward off dehydration. Tip number 3, drink a glass of water before you sit down to eat. Water will naturally make you feel fuller so you don't have to eat as much food. Tip number 4, have a glass of water while you eat as well. Take a drink after each bite and you will feel full more quickly so you can leave the table feeling satisfied without feeling bloated. Drinking water while you eat will also help your food to settle more quickly, which also helps you to feel full faster. Tip number 5, do your best to stay away from soda. All sodas are sweetened with lots of sugar. The more you can cut out of your diet, the better. Also, diet soda is still soda. It may not have as much sugar, but it has other chemicals and components that are not good for your body either. If you drink a soda, counteract it with a glass of water. Remember, caffeine dehydrates you as well. Decaffeinated sodas still have caffeine in small amounts as well and just as much sugar, so they are not much healthier either. Tip number 6, fruit juice isn't as healthy as most people think either. Juice actually has a lot of sugar in it as well. If you are craving a glass of juice, drink fresh fruit juice instead of juice that has artificial flavors and coloring. It is even better if you can make your own fruit juice. Just be sure not to add too much sugar, which adds to the calories. Instead of drink fruit juice, eat more fruit. Fruit provides your body with much needed fiber as well as vitamins. Tip number 7, go easy on the tea and coffee. They are pretty much harmless if you don't add a lot of cream and sugar to them. It is the cream and sugar that becomes fattening. Think of it this way, when you have a cup of coffee or tea with cream and 2 cubes of sugar, you are essentially eating a piece of chocolate cake every time. Now think of how many pieces of cake you are eating when you have a venti Starbucks latte, yikes. Tip number 8, if you must have your tea and coffee, try to drink it black. Black tea or coffee actually has health benefits to it as long as you counteract the caffeine in your body with a nice big glass of water. Caffeine is also not good for you because it affects functions in your body, like your metabolism. Another type of tea that you can drink freely is green tea. Green tea has been used as a medicine in China for over 4,000 years. It aids the digestive system and can help ease an overly full stomach, and it has been linked to a reduction in cancer risk. Tip number 9, if you can say no to alcohol, then that is best. Alcohol beverages are not exactly good for you, although a glass of red wine does have heart benefits, most are just fattening. Beer is especially fattening. Cocktails are fattening depending on what they are made of. For instance, whiskey and Coke. The whiskey may not be fattening, but the Coke definitely is. Plus, after a few drinks most people get the munchies, and when you're feeling a little inebriated and hungry you won't be able to make rational decisions regarding your diet, and it's usually late at night, just before you pass out from a night of drinking, that you overeat. The overall combination is just not a good one. Tip number 10, if you must have alcohol, try dry wine. Dry wine is better than your sweet wines, because sweet wines have more sugar. Dry wines have sugar, but most of it has been fermented away into alcohol, and from a weight-gaining perspective, dry is better. Tip number 11, another word on coffee, that is not necessarily bad, but more interesting than anything. Some people have reported that when they drank black coffee before exercising, they lost more weight. There's no scientific proof to back this, but nutritionists believe it may be caused by the body being forced to depend on fat for fuel. Hey, it's worth trying if you can stand black coffee. Just remember to drink plenty of water during your exercise. Tip number 12, avoid drinking excessive amounts of coffee, as it desensitizes your body to the natural fat-burning effects that caffeine has. 1 or 2 cups, if the day's really slow to get started, max. Eating well and losing the pounds. Okay, when most people think about losing weight and eating, they think about dieting. Well, unfortunately, all of the fad diets out there tend to cause people to gain weight. Why? Because they starve them to death, and the person eventually breaks down and eats everything in sight because they are so darn hungry. They also deprive them of the foods that they love. This is not a way to lose weight, nor is it a way to live. You only cause yourself stress, which actually causes you to gain weight. So, in eating right, there are a few tips that you can follow each and every day, and they're not going to deprive you of the foods that you love, but treat those foods as luxury items so you enjoy them that much more. Tip number 13, eat fresh fruit and vegetables that have high water content. These are foods like tomatoes, watermelons, cantaloupe, kiwi, grapes, you get the idea. All of those fresh and flavorful juicy fruits and veggies are good for you. These items contain about 90 to 95% water, so you can eat a lot of these and they will fill you up without adding on the pounds. Tip number 14, eat fresh fruit instead of processed fruit. Anything that is processed has more sugar. Processed and canned fruits also do not have as much fiber as fresh fruits. Tip number 15, increase your fiber intake as much as you can. This usually means eating more fruits and veggies. Tip number 16, veggies are your friends when it comes to shedding pounds. There are tons of options here, and you may even want to try some you haven't had in the past. The leafy green varieties are the best, and you always want to work in a salad when you can. Salads are packed with nutrients as long as you don't pour too much dressing on and load them with too much cheese. The leafy greens also have a lot of natural water. Tip number 17, be intelligent about what you eat. Don't eat just to eat. Animals eat on instinct, people eat when they know their body really needs it. Don't be an impulse eater. Tip number 18, watch everything you consume from the food itself to what you top it with. Garnishments and condiments can sabotage a healthy meal because they are typically high in fat. Tip number 19, get a handle on the sweet tooth. This doesn't mean you can't have your sweets, just don't eat them as a meal. Always remember that these sweets end up adding to an area that you don't want them to add to. Don't deprive yourself either though, because then you eat twice as many as you should. Tip number 20, set meal times and stick to them. Try to have your meals at specific times and eat them at that time. An eating pattern will help you to control what you eat and when you eat it. Also, it really is better to have 5 small meals a day rather than just 1 or 2 huge meals. Just eating once a day makes your body feel as though it is starving, which packs on fat instead of using it as fuel. Also, don't wait until you're starving to eat. This only makes you overeat until you're stuffed. Tip number 21, eat only when you are hungry. Be sure to drink a glass of water first to determine if you really are hungry or if you are really thirsty. Many people have the tendency to eat when they see food. It doesn't mean they are hungry, they just want to eat it. Don't eat anything you're offered unless you really are hungry. If you feel you must eat it out of being polite, just nibble, don't have a meal. Tip number 22, try not to snack between meals, but if you must have a snack, make sure it is a healthy one. If you travel a lot, try to find healthy snacks and not junk food. Tip number 23, veggies make great snacks. They can get you through the hunger pangs if you are having them. Carrots are great because they satisfy hunger and they are packed with nutrients. Tip number 24, counting calories is a good idea for those must-have food items. If it is a packaged food item, then it will have the calories on the packaging. Be sure to pay attention to serving sizes in terms of calories as well. An Otis Spunkmeyer muffin is intended to be 2 servings, so you have to double the calories listed. This is where food producers get tricky and you can't fall in their trap. Tip number 25, work off the extra calories by the end of the week. If you feel you have splurged too much this week, be sure to get to the gym or go walking a little longer to work off those extra calories you have consumed. Tip number 26, stay away from all things fried. If it is breaded, it is better that it is baked. Fried foods are immersed in fat and oil. Even after the excess oil has been drained away, there is still oil absorbed into the food item itself. Tip number 27, don't skip meals. You should have, at the very least, 3 meals a day, but preferably 5 small meals. This will keep you from getting hungry during the day and overeating out of starvation. Tip number 28, just like fruits, fresh vegetables are better than those that are canned. It is even better if you can eat your veggies raw. When you cook them, you cook away the nutrients. If you must cook them, try to boil them to the point that there is still some crispness to them. Also, don't soak them in butter. If you can buy organic and pesticide-free veggies, that is even better. Tip number 29, don't eat more than 1 egg per day. It is best if you can reduce your egg intake to 3 a week. Tip number 30, chocolates should be treated as luxury items. Buy the good stuff and only eat them every once in a while. If you really savor each morsel, you'll experience that much more joy in eating them and they will taste even better. Tip number 31, eat foods from all of the food groups each day. This is a great way to ensure you are getting all the nutrients your body needs and it helps to ward off any diet deficiencies. Also, don't eat the same foods all the time. Experiment so that you don't get bored with same old diet. Tip number 32, try to eat breakfast within an hour of waking up. This is the best way to give your body the jump start it needs. Don't wait until you are really hungry. Breakfast is important, but you don't need to stuff yourself. The idea is that you're breaking the fast from not eating all night. Tip number 33, your diet should include all aspects of the food groups including carbohydrates. In fact, your diet needs to be about 50 to 55% carbs. Carbs are a great source of energy. Those diets that prohibit carbohydrates are actually harming you and only making you crave them that much more. Your diet should cause you to be deficient in anything. Tip number 34, protein should make up only 25 to 30% of your diet. Far too much emphasis is put on meat as the main part of your meal. In actuality, it should be considered more of a side dish rather than the main course. Tip number 35, fats should make up 15 to 20% of your meal. This is really all the fat your body needs. A lot of this is going to be in your diet in the form of cream, sugar and the like. Tip number 36, eat more white meat than red meat. White meat includes chicken, fish and some other fowl. Red meat includes beef and pork. Tip number 37, try to go as vegetarian as you can. This really is a healthier lifestyle, even if you can't cut meat out completely. The more fruits and veggies you can eat, the better. The more meat you cut out, the more fat you can cut out of your diet as well. However, protein is important, so be certain that your option allows you to maintain good protein levels. Tip number 38, white bread is good, but high-fiber multigrain breads are much better. These breads are another way to add more fiber to your diet and they also have a good protein level. Tip number 39, pork does not assist in weight loss in any way. The less pork you eat, the better off you will be when trying to lose weight. Pork has a high fat content and includes food items such as bacon, ham and sausage. Tip number 40, limit your sugar intake as much as possible. If you must have sweetener in your coffee and tea, try to find an artificial sweetener that you don't mind the taste of. However, these things are not all that healthy either and should be limited as well. Tip number 41, try grazing 5 to 6 times a day. These are those small meals we discussed earlier. Some people lose weight better when they never feel hungry and grazing on healthy food items can do this for you. Plus, it keeps your metabolism working, which will burn fat naturally. Tip number 42, don't worry about cheating, but don't cheat for a meal. Eat sweets and your favorite cheat food for the flavor only. If you want dessert after dinner, share one with the whole family. You'll get the flavor, but not the pounds. Tip number 43, watch your fat intake. Each fat gram is 9 calories. If you know your total calories, then you can figure the amount of fat in those items. Tip number 44, take it easy on the salt and try to cut what you use in half. Salt is one of the main causes of obesity. Lose weight by changing how you cook. Here are a few tips that will help you to lose those first 10 pounds by simply changing how you prepare your food. How food is cooked has just as much to do with how healthy it is or is not. Tip number 45, instead of frying in oil or fat, try baking those items instead. Baking does not require all the fat and oil that frying requires and your food is not soaking in those substances while it cooks. Tip number 46, use non-stick frying pan spray so you don't use oil. Also, pans that are non-stick don't require as much, if any, oil. Tip number 47, boil vegetables instead of cooking them. You can also steam them, as this is probably the healthiest way to eat foods like cabbages, cauliflower, broccoli and carrots. Tip number 48, be leery of no-fat and low-fat food items. There are many of these food items on the market, but they are not exactly healthy. Many of these food items use some sort of chemical or carbohydrate to sweeten them so that they taste better. However, the body turns these chemicals and carbohydrates into sugar in the body, which means they are still getting turned into fat. Tip number 49, don't fall victim to crash diets. These are bad for you and do more harm than good in the long run. The short-term results are typically that you will lose a few pounds, but once you give them up, then everything comes back and your weight is worse the second time around. You cannot survive on a crash diet and you eventually get to a point where you have to give it up. Tip number 50, chew your food at least 8 to 12 times, whether it is liquid food, sweets or ice cream. This adds saliva to the food that digests the sugar. When food isn't eaten properly and is just swallowed, you fill your stomach with food that isn't ready to be digested and it then does not yield the health benefits that you need. Tip number 51, when you are cooking with oil, use a good extra virgin olive oil. It is more expensive than vegetable oil, but the health benefits are much better and it is worth the cost. Olive oil has been associated with a reduced risk in coronary heart disease and helps to increase the elasticity of the arterial walls, which reduces the chance for heart attack and stroke. Exercising to lose weight. There are 2 things that you must do to lose weight, and one of those we have already covered pretty extensively, and that is to eat right and fill your body with good, clean water. The other thing you have to do is get your body moving. You don't have to purchase a gym membership to get exercise. In fact, there are several things you can do on a daily basis that will help to kickstart your body into losing weight, and there are several exercises you can do on your own to lose weight. Tip number 52, when you begin working out, whether at home or in a gym, don't be discouraged if you don't see results right away. It takes more than a week to get your body into shape and to begin making progress. Many people make the mistake of believing that their exercising isn't working when it just takes a little bit of time. If you push your body too much when you first get started exercising, you can end up with injuries. Your bones, joints and ligaments are not prepared for the exertion you are putting on them. Don't think that if you really push yourself hard for a few workouts that you'll lose money. Unfortunately, the body doesn't work this way. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to exercising. Tip number 53, check your weight when you start exercising, but don't use it as a guide to how much weight you are losing. Your weight fluctuates throughout the day. If you check your weight every day, you may only end up getting discouraged. Tip number 54, the best way to know if you're losing weight is by the fit of your clothes. If you start to feel as though you're floating in your clothes, then you know your eating and exercising is doing you some good. Another way to know if you're losing weight is if you can begin moving where you usually buckle your belt. Of course, tighter is better. Tip number 55, when you periodically check your weight and the fit of your clothes, reward yourself. Buy yourself some new running shoes or a new pair of jeans. This will help to keep you motivated as you pursue your weight loss goals. Tip number 56, take a day off from exercising to provide your body with a chance to rest and repair. Your body needs a day off once a week. Tip number 57, 3 days of 30-minute exercise will help you to maintain your weight, but you need at least 4 days of 30-minute exercise to begin to lose weight, and 5 days a week is even better. Tip number 58, collect information on exercise and easy things you can do from your own home. There is tons of extensive research available on exercise, and you can choose what will assist you the most to meet your weight loss goals. Browse the internet or pick up some books on health and exercise from your local bookstore or library to learn more on how to burn off the desired number of calories you are trying to burn each week. Tip number 59, try to find an exercise buddy. This should be someone who is as committed to exercising and losing weight as you are. One of the advantages of finding a committed partner is that you have someone to keep feeling responsible to them. The knowledge that someone is waiting on you makes it easier for you to get out of bed and go exercise with them. You wouldn't want to stand up your exercise buddy, would you? Tip number 60, when your body tells you it has had enough, take a break. When you have worked out for a considerable amount of time, you will start receiving signals from your body. This is particularly important when you are just getting started in your exercise routine. Tip number 61, if you decide to increase the length of your workouts, do so gradually. The same is true for the intensity of your workouts. Tip number 62, select an exercise routine that suits your lifestyle. Everybody has a different lifestyle and a different profession. There is no set time that you should or should not work out. If you like to work out late before you go to bed because it is relaxing to you, then do it. If you like to work out early in the morning because it helps you wake up, then that's great too. Some people like to work out on their lunch break to take a break from the stress of their job, or because that is the only time they have available. Tip number 63, don't stand around, walk around. If you can walk around, then do it. People who are pacers are actually doing themselves a lot of good because they are constantly moving. Pacing also helps you think. Tip number 64, don't sit if you can stand. If you can stand comfortably, you will burn more calories doing so than if you were to sit. Tip number 65, don't lie down if you can sit. If you can sit comfortably, you will burn more calories doing so than if you were to lie down. Tip number 66, the couch and the television are anti-weight loss. If you are inclined to become a couch potato, don't sit on it. In fact, if you have to, put a not so comfortable chair in front of the television so you won't spend so much time in front of it. The same is true for the computer if you're a computer junkie. Some people have a more comfortable chair in front of their computer than they do in front of their television. This is, of course, if you don't work from home and need to work hours at a time in front of your computer because your chair is very important then. Tip number 67, if you have a job where you sit the whole time, stand up and stretch every half hour or so. Most of today's jobs are in front of a computer and require you to sit. If you have a job like this, make it a point to move every so often. Tip number 68, walk around while you're on the telephone. You'll get a good workout if it is a long conversation. Tip number 69, use the stairs instead of the elevator or escalator. These are great conveniences, but they make us very lazy. Also, it may be quicker to take the stairs than to wait on an elevator to open. Tip number 70, quit smoking. Smoking does not contribute to your weight exactly, but it does lead to erratic eating behaviors and increases caffeine dependence. Tip number 71: 10 minutes of cardio a day is good for most. You can get this by other methods than running. Tip number 72: if you can't run for a physical reason, then try 15 minutes of brisk walking to keep fit. Tip number 73: you can walk anywhere if you have time. If work or the grocery store is not far away, consider walking there or riding a bike. It may take you longer, but you're getting your workout in at the same time. Tip number 74: hide the remote control from yourself. Remote controls are also evil when it comes to losing weight. If you didn't have a remote, you may not even turn on the television, which means you might find more active things to do. Get up and change the channel if you don't have a remote, or go for a walk instead of watching TV. Tip number 75: do your own fetching. If you need something from the kitchen, the TV channel changed, the mail or newspaper from the driveway, walk and get it yourself. Adding a little walking to your day will do wonders for you. Tip number 76: walk along or climb the escalator with it, or just take the stairs. Tip number 77: walk around during commercial breaks, or do simple exercises like crunches or bending over and touching your toes. Do anything to get your body moving more and to keep your blood pumping. Tip number 78: turn on some music and dance. Again, the more you get moving, the better you will feel and the more weight you will lose. Tip number 79: if you take public transportation, get off a block before your stop and walk the remainder of the way. This is a good way to squeeze in a walk before and after work or on the way to another destination. Tip number 80: do pelvic gyrations to get your midsection in shape. Of course, you wouldn't do these with anybody around, but they are a good step in getting your body prepared for more serious stomach crunches. It is also good on the back muscles and keeps you loose instead of tight. Tip number 81: suck in your stomach when you walk. Walk properly, but do your best to keep that stomach tucked in. You will soon begin to feel those muscles tightening. Tip number 82: do breathing exercises to tone your midsection. It is amazing how breathing properly and with your entire diaphragm can actually help to tighten your abdominal muscles. Most people breathe way too shallow as it is, and oxygen is good for the brain. Tip number 83: experiment with yoga. Yoga is a great way to lose weight and reduce your stress levels. Yoga teaches you how to control your muscles and gain more control of your individual muscles groups. Tip number 84: lift weights. Strength training burns more fat than people give it credit. When you work on building muscle, they begin to burn fat to fuel muscle's growth. Do be aware that when you gain muscle, your scale may not be an accurate tool in determining weight loss because muscle weighs more than fat. Tip number 85: massage your partner. You can exert yourself a little bit, and at the same time you will be able to compliment them on the weight they have lost if they have been working out with you. Tip number 86: take the stairs 2 at a time instead of 1 at a time. This causes you to have to exert yourself more and increases your heart rate. Tip number 87: take your dog on a walk. Chances are that if you're not getting enough exercise, neither is your pet. Or, let your dog take you on a walk. For once in his life, let him lead you where he wants to go and as fast as he wants to get there. It could be a good workout for the both of you. Tip number 88: join a dancing class. This could be ballroom dancing, where you learn dances like the tango, salsa or foxtrot. These dances are fast-paced and will get you moving. Even slow ballroom dancing is a lot of exercise and will definitely tone your legs. Or, you can take an aerobic dance class. How many dancers do you know that are overweight? Tip number 89: lean against the wall so that your face is close and then use your hands to push your body away. Do this 3 or 4 times to stretch. Tip number 90: swim whenever you can. Swimming is a great way to get your cardio exercise, and it's low to no impact on your joints, which is great for people who have osteoporosis or joint problems. Tip number 91: try playing tennis or basketball. Playing games are a great way to get into shape. It's also more fun to work out with someone else in a competitive atmosphere. You will be more driven to push yourself and you'll burn more calories, just don't overdo it. Tip number 92: always start your workout with a warm-up of about 5 to 10 minutes and end with a cool-down of 5 to 10 minutes. Your body needs to reach a certain heart rate level before it will respond well to the rest of the workout. Tip number 93: don't carry your wireless phone or cell phone with you. If it rings, go walk for it. There are so many conveniences in life and we always have everything we need at our fingertips, but this is obviously bad for the waistline. Tip number 94, if you're standing around, stretch your legs a bit by standing up on your toes and then gradually drop to your heels. You can also flex your buttock muscles as well, but maybe when nobody else is looking. Tip number 95, before going to bed, undress and stare at yourself in front of the mirror. Take note of what areas you need to improve on and what areas are your best assets. Taking a self-inventory can keep you motivated in your workout endeavors. Also, don't forget to compliment yourself on any new muscle tone you may have or other improvements you've made. Tip number 96, don't slouch in your chair. Try to sit up straight and erect at all times. Slouching is bad for your back and gives you a flabby figure. Make it a point to always sit and stand with good posture. Tip number 97, most people would like to target their stomachs and get rid of that area altogether. Unfortunately, we can't spot reduce. But one thing you can do is a breathing exercise to help tighten those stomach muscles. Breathe in air as strong as you can and tuck your stomach at the same time as much as you can. Hold it for a few seconds and then slowly let it out. Don't let it out so fast that your belly flops out. This is not good. Try to breathe like this whenever you think about it, about 50 to 60 times a day is ideal. This will help you to lose at least an inch within 20 days or so. Tip number 98, use a chart, such as the one below to assist you in your weight loss endeavors. This chart shows you how many calories each of these common exercises burn, based on 20 minutes. Aerobics burns 200 to 250 calories. Stationary bicycling burns 250 to 300 calories. Actual bicycling burns 300 to 400 calories. Running at 5 to 6 miles per hour burns 300 to 350 calories. Stair climber burns 200 to 250 calories. Swimming laps burns 350 calories. Brisk walking burns 150 to 180 calories. Weeding and cultivating your garden burns 130 to 200 calories. Sex, yes, sex can be exercise too, burns 50 to 60 calories. Basketball, shooting baskets to playing a game burns 130 to 250 calories. Golf, carrying clubs, no cart burns 166 calories. Golf, carrying clubs, based on 2 hours of play instead of 20 minutes burns 1000 calories. Snorkeling burns 150 to 200 calories. Water skiing burns 180 to 200 calories. Ice skating, general burns 200 to 250 calories. Cross-country skiing, 2.5 miles per hour, light effort burns 200 to 250 calories. General skiing burns 200 to 250 calories. Scuba diving burns 200 to 250 calories. Whitewater rafting, kayaking or canoeing burns 150 to 200 calories. Flag or touch football burns 250 to 300 calories. Horseback riding, trotting burns 200 to 250 calories. Martial arts burns 300 to 350 calories. Racquetball burns 200 to 250 calories. Volleyball 6 to 9 person team burns 90 to 120 calories. Volleyball, beach burns 25 to 300 calories. Tennis, singles burns 250 to 300 calories. Tai Chi burns 120 to 180 calories. From this chart you can see that walking is a great way to get exercise. If you're too busy to do any of the other exercises, a good walk is a good start. Tip number 99, don't discourage yourself from exercising and eating right by wearing clothes that don't fit. If you're a medium, wear a medium. Wearing the wrong types of clothes can make you appear larger than you really are. This includes workout wear as well. If you wear clothes that fit now, you get to go shopping later for smaller clothes and you can sell your slightly worn larger clothes in a consignment shop, or you can take them to Goodwill to be given to someone who can use them. Getting started. Now that you understand how to get started, here's a little more information on losing weight and keeping it off, and it all begins with what you eat. Fat and weight loss is such an important aspect in our life today because we are fatter now than we have ever been. The word weight loss programs will catch the attention of anybody listening in on a conversation or watching television. In fact, that's one of the most popular keywords searched on the internet today. The main reason that we are so overweight is because of our relationship with food. In our society, we tend to concentrate on quantity. We simply want as much as we can get instead of the best food that we can get. Quantity always beats out quality, when it should be exactly the opposite of that. Once you've decided to lose weight, it can be difficult to determine where exactly you should get started. If you have a strong resolve to get going and to lose weight, it is possible. You just have to figure out how to say no. Everybody is different. You're not going to find another person who has the same metabolism as you or who burns fat the same way as you. You may weigh exactly the same as a person next to you, but if you both were to start an exercise and diet program, you both might not have the same results 2 weeks or even a month later, even if you did everything the same exact way each day. In saying this, it's important to realize that not everybody utilizes food in the same way either. What may cause one person to gain a pound may not do the same to another. The same is true in losing weight. If you're a married woman and you and your husband are working out together, and let's say he gives up soda and loses 5 pounds from stopping his intake of soda and you don't lose 1 pound, that shows you that you and your husband are not necessarily going to see the same results, even if you're eating and exercising in the exact same way. The bottom line is that today's society has to work a lot harder than societies of the past. 60 years ago, women and men were thin because they had to work. Manual labor was a requirement or you wouldn't be able to eat. You had to go gather eggs from the hen house if you want eggs, you had to go milk the cows for fresh milk, and you had to plow the fields to grow your vegetables. If you wanted beef, well, you had to know a little something about fattening up a calf and getting it butchered. That's the way life was back then, and technology has taken away all of this manual work. So, instead we have to watch what we eat and we have to go make ourselves exercise. If we don't have a reason to move half the time. It is very important to understand that your weight loss goals are very dependent on how much you are willing to work at it. It is the one thing in life that you have to do manual labor to achieve if you want to see results. Generally, people do not need to worry about weight loss until their 20s, but with the fast food lifestyle that we live today, this is not necessarily the case anymore. Many of our children are obese because they eat too much fast food and processed foods. When you're grocery shopping for yourself and your family, read the ingredients of what you are eating. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. Processed foods cause us to have cravings, and cravings cause us to gain weight. This is particularly important to understand if you're ever going to be effective at losing weight and keeping it off. Watching your diet alone is not going to make you lose weight though. The proper diet has to be paired with the proper amount of exercise as well. The solution is an exercise regimen that will give your body the exercise it needs to burn fat and calories efficiently. If you don't move, it's like you're in hibernation and your body just packs on the pounds, particularly around your waistline. When you think about life in the past, when your sweat was caused by hard work and the sun, it just makes you feel good all over. The sun beating down on your shoulders and the strain on your muscles just makes you feel stronger all over. There really is nothing better than working out outside. But most people have moved to the city. The days of working on the farm are long gone for most. However, there are a few people who still get to have that glorious feeling of doing work and producing something that was real and keep the pounds off while they do it. Seriously, if you think about it, how many farm hands, cowboys and ranchers are fat? There aren't many. Think about their lifestyles. They get up, have a cup of coffee and breakfast, go to work, come in for lunch, go to work, come in for dinner, and then go to bed early enough to get up in the morning and do it all over again. In the meantime, they get good sun and fresh air and consume fresh water all day long. It truly is a healthy lifestyle. Unfortunately, most of us work indoors, sitting down, and still eat 3 meals a day, but have to do it so quickly you don't even get the opportunity to taste it. It's a fact of life that people in the city don't get much exercise, unless you live in a city where you walk everywhere you go. This means you have to put your mind to it and work at it. You have to fit fitness into your daily schedule or you're going to be overweight and sick. That's just the way it is. Exercise is the best way to control obesity, it is the best way to control stress, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and other lifestyle-related illnesses. If you can work out outside, even better. Your body needs as much fresh air as it can get. Consistency is the most important aspect of any exercise program. If you have a goal, then if you consistently work towards that goal, you'll be able to reach it. Getting started is usually easy for people. They go shopping, get some workout clothes, buy some running shoes and maybe a gym membership. Then, they go and work out pretty steadily for a week or two. But, as they go, they find it harder to keep up their routine. Their lives become more demanding and they begin to go to the gym less and less. In other words, their gym membership goes to waste and they just stop going. Many people choose to work out in the evenings, but for some this routine is even harder to keep going. If you are not completely exhausted when you get off from work, then this is a good time to go. But if you cannot, then you may need to find a way to get there in the morning. It will help you to get woke up and you'll be able to maintain your consistency. There is a misconception that exercise makes you tired, but that's not necessarily the case. It may do this to you the first few times, but as you get fit you will find you have more energy. Couple exercise with adequate sleep, you shouldn't have any problem getting up in the morning and getting going. Plus, you'll be energized all day long, which will help you to make it through your workday much easier. Even if you don't have a gym membership, chances are that there is a sidewalk outside your house and some people may even have access to a pool. Get up a half hour earlier, throw on the sneakers and get to walking, running, jogging or whatever your exercise of choice is. If you have a four-legged friend, they'll surely enjoy this time with you as well. Part 2. 20 food combinations to triple your weight loss. 1. Apples plus peanut butter plus cinnamon. When it comes to stellar food combinations, apples and peanut butter are a classic go-to that can help you lose weight. Peanut butter contains monounsaturated fat, which can help you slim down by keeping you feeling full, and polyunsaturated fats, which can help improve insulin metabolism. Spread your favorite peanut butter, preferably with just peanuts and salt as the ingredients, on an apple, which is chock full of fiber, a nutrient that can help reduce visceral fat. Top with a sprinkle of cinnamon, which contains antioxidants called polyphenols that can help keep blood sugar stable and prevent the spikes and crashes that can lead to weight gain. Cinnamaldehyde, the ingredient which gives cinnamon its flavor and name, can also help people lose belly fat. In a scientific report study, Japanese researchers gave mice a daily dose of cinnamaldehyde. Those who ate the cinnamaldehyde had a decrease in belly fat. 2. Avocado plus sprouted grain bread plus cayenne pepper. Avocado toast can be a real fat-burning snack if you make it right. Avocado has healthy monounsaturated fats that contain oleic acid, which helps you feel fuller longer. Sprouted grain bread, like Ezekiel bread, is packed with fiber, which also keeps you feeling satisfied and squashes hunger. Top your smashed avocado with cayenne pepper, which contains capsaicin, an appetite suppressant. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that capsaicin induces satiety, which can help reduce caloric intake. Plus, researchers have found that capsaicin can help you lose belly fat. 3. Water plus cucumber plus lemon. One of the easiest ways to boost weight loss is to play with food combinations via delicious detox water. Not only will flavoring H2O with some tasty and all-natural ingredients make you drink more of this flat belly fluid, you can pack a 1-2 punch with extra metabolism-boosting nutrients. Try adding in slices of cucumber, which are high in vitamins C and K. Squeeze in some lemon for an appetite suppressant, and those slimming polyphenols. 4. Oatmeal plus blueberries plus cinnamon. Eating a diet rich in high-fiber whole grains can help you lose weight, so start your day off with a bowl of oatmeal. Researchers have found that high amounts of insoluble fiber will help you shut off hunger and feel satisfied for longer. Top with a handful of blueberries, which are rich in antioxidants like polyphenols and can help blast away belly fat. A study out of the University of Michigan found that rats who had blueberry powder mixed into their meals had less abdominal fat than rats on a berry-free diet after 90 days. Sprinkle on some insulin-controlling cinnamon for a filling breakfast that will melt away the pounds. 5. Greek yogurt plus raspberries plus almonds. Greek yogurt is like the MVP of yogurts, and for good reason. It's packed with protein, 20 grams in a 7-ounce serving, which can help you build fat-burning muscle. It has a healthy dose of vitamin D and calcium, both of which can help turn off the fat-producing stress hormone cortisol. Jazz up your boring plain yogurt with raspberries, antioxidant-rich berries that contain polyphenols, which researchers have proven can help stop the formation of fat cells. Top with a few almonds for a salty crunch. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people who ate just 1.5 ounces of almonds a day had a reduction in leg and belly fat. 6. Green tea plus lemon plus mint. Tea is a magical drink proven to help you slim down and blast belly fat. Green tea, in particular, is high in the antioxidant ECGC, a compound that can burn fat. It's also rich in catechins, another antioxidant that can promote the release of fat from fat cells, and can help your liver turn fat into energy. Squeeze a lemon in your green tea, which contains pectin and polyphenols, both of which have been proven to help people feel fuller and lose weight. Add in a sprig of mint, which is a proven appetite suppressant. 7. Salmon plus yogurt plus sweet potatoes. Since lean protein helps build muscle and burn fat, incorporating healthy proteins into your diet is key for weight loss. Wild salmon is one of the best choices because it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which have anti-inflammatory and fat-burning properties. Pair with a side of sweet potatoes, slow carbs that keep you feeling fuller longer. The yummy yams also contain the antioxidants carotenoids, which stabilize blood sugar and can help insulin levels. Top with a dollop of a yogurt-based sauce to get some extra calcium, vitamin C, and protein. 8. Chicken plus kale plus barley. White meat chicken is also another great source of lean protein, which helps you not only boost muscle but also feel fuller. Pair chicken breast with a leafy green like kale. Research shows people who eat more high-volume, low-calorie greens have lower BMIs and smaller waistlines. Throw in a whole grain like barley for an extra punch of filling fiber and some extra protein. 9. Lentils plus broth plus tomatoes. Looking for a filling, fat-burning lunch? Turn to lentil soup. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found people who ate a daily serving of pulses as part of a calorie-restricted diet lost more weight than those who ate the same amount of calories but didn't include as many legumes. The broth can also help boost weight loss by filling you up without the unwanted extra calories. Add in some anti-inflammatory tomatoes, which can also help you reverse leptin resistance, leading to more weight loss. 10. Eggs plus avocado oil plus spinach. Eggs are a satisfying choice when it comes to a meal or snack, thanks to the protein content, about 6 grams per large egg. And not only will the protein help you lose weight, but so will the amino acid arginine. A study published in the Journal of Dietary Supplements found that obese women who were given arginine over a 12-week period lose an average of 7 centimeters from their waists, and dropped an average of 6.5 pounds. Eat them along with a hearty serving of spinach, which is rich in filling fiber and muscle-boosting iron. Researchers also found that people who consumed thylakoids, the green leaf membranes found in spinach, lost more weight than a placebo group, according to the study published in the journal Appetite. Drizzle with avocado oil, a light-tasting oil rich in satisfying monounsaturated fats. 11. Grass-fed steak plus sunchokes plus garlic. Think steak is off-limits on a diet? Think again. Grass-fed steak is rich in the amino acid leucine, which can help build lean muscle mass and burn excess fat. Grass-fed meats also have healthy omega-3s, fatty acids that can help reduce inflammation. Enjoy with a side of Jerusalem artichokes, or sunchokes. They are rich in gut-healthy insoluble fiber called oligofructose, which has been proven to suppress hunger and aid in weight loss. Season with fresh garlic, an anti-inflammatory bulb that has been proven to help lower BMI, according to a study in the journal Nutrition Research and Practice. 12. Cottage cheese plus berries plus almonds. Skip the casein protein powder and opt for cottage cheese, which is rich in the dairy derivative. It's also a slow-digesting protein that will leave you feeling fuller longer and can help you get better sleep with the amino acid tryptophan. Pair it with antioxidant-rich berries, like strawberries or raspberries, and top with a handful of almonds for some extra protein and healthy fats. 13. Honeydew plus watermelon plus mint. A melon-rich fruit salad isn't just a colorful breakfast or side dish, it can help you lose weight, too. Watermelon is one of our best fruits for fat loss because it improves lipid profiles, and can lower fat accumulation. Pair with honeydew melon, which is a natural diuretic that can help you shed some water weight. Top with fresh mint leaves to help with digestion and turn fat into energy. 14. Quinoa plus avocado plus black beans. Make a healthy twist on a burrito bowl with a quinoa base. The ancient grain contains the amino acid lysine, which not only helps burn fat but also helps maintain healthy bones and skin. It also has a complete chain of amino acids that can help build muscle, which, you guessed it, also burns fat. Mix in some fiber-rich black beans, which can help you not only feel more satisfied but also feed your healthy gut bacteria to prevent inflammation. Top with about 1/4 of an avocado for satiating healthy fats. This is one of our favorite food combinations because it makes for a balanced meal without compromising on taste. 15. White tea plus ginger plus lemon. Like green tea, white tea can also help you slim down. A A study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that white tea can boost the breakdown of fat and slow the formation of fat cells. It's also rich in antioxidants that help the liver turn fat into energy. Flavor your tea with some fresh ginger, which has anti-inflammatory properties. A study published in the journal Metabolism found that ginger helps reduce feelings of hunger, which can help with weight loss. Add in some pectin-rich lemon for another weight loss boost. 16. Cauliflower plus quinoa plus avocado oil. Cruciferous vegetables, like cauliflower, are good sources of fiber, which keeps you feeling full and can aid in weight loss. It's also thermogenic, which means your body burns more calories digesting it than other vegetables. Sautee this healthy veggie in avocado oil. The combo of healthy fats and filling fiber will make for a satisfying meal. It's even more filling on a bed of quinoa, as this ancient grain is a complete protein, which can boost fat loss. According to a study published in the journal Food Chemistry, quinoa has the highest level of the amino acid betaine, which speeds up your metabolism and fights fat. And if you are looking to improve your diet and shed weight, our advice is to take it slow so you actually keep it off. 17. Dark chocolate plus berries plus walnuts. Eating healthy doesn't mean you should cut out dessert. In fact, adding in some dark chocolate could actually help you lose weight. Dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao, is full of antioxidants, especially flavonols, and has anti-inflammatory properties. Flavonols can prevent people from gaining weight, according to a study published in the journal BMJ, and may increase energy expenditure. Double up on the antioxidants by pairing the dark chocolate with berries, which also contain flavonols. Add in filling walnuts, which are chock full of good polyunsaturated fats, and can reduce fat storage and improve insulin metabolism. 18. Spinach plus apple plus ginger. Lots of people sip on smoothies for weight loss, but not all ingredients are created equal. Make sure you're packing yours with slimming spinach, the leafy green that can help you slim down by filling you up and giving you a healthy dose of vitamins K and A. Add in an apple, which is chock full of fiber that can help you reduce visceral fat. Throw in some phytonutrient-rich fresh ginger for a spicy flavor that can also help you torch fat. 19. Potatoes plus olive oil plus pepper. White potatoes have gotten a bad rap, but when enjoyed in moderation, and cooked in a healthy way, they can help you lose weight. Spuds are full of potassium, which helps banish belly bloat, and they can help with hunger pangs. Australian researchers found that potatoes are more filling than fiber-rich brown rice and oatmeal. But be careful how you make them. Bake, don't deep fry, in heart-healthy olive oil, and top with pepper, which contains piperine that can help lower cholesterol levels. 20. Eggs plus hot sauce plus grapefruit. Protein-rich eggs are not only good for muscle building, but they can also help you zap fat thanks to the compound L-arginine. Top with some spicy cayenne pepper hot sauce. The capsaicin found in hot peppers has been proven to suppress appetite and boost your body's ability to burn fat as energy. Enjoy with half a grapefruit. There's a reason this tart citrus fruit was part of a popular fad diet. It's rich in phytochemicals, which can help in adiponectin production and help the body with fat breakdown. It's a complete breakfast that will put your body into fat-burning mode. Part 3. 7 common mistakes most people make in losing weight. Do you feel like you're continually running on the treadmill, but not going anywhere? Weight loss is a lucrative industry, and we are constantly presented with quick-fix solutions that we desperately want to believe. According to data by Market Data Enterprises, Americans spend over $60 billion a year trying to lose weight. Before you empty your wallet to decrease your dress size, are some common mistakes to avoid. 1. You think there's a quick way to lose weight. If there were a pill that magically took off the pounds, we'd be living in a world without supersized chairs in waiting rooms and seatbelt extenders. The truth is, weight loss is hard. It takes determination, focus, and commitment to making healthier choices, even though it is often the less convenient or less enjoyable option. Over-the-counter options, such as green tea extract, often come with their own risks and side effects, and most of the options available are likely ineffective for weight loss. In addition, losing more than 3 pounds a week after a few weeks can increase your chance of developing gallstones, and being on a diet of fewer than 800 calories a day for an extended period of time can lead to serious heart problems. 2. You assume all carbs are bad for you. Carbohydrates are your body's main source of energy. In recent years, low-carb diets have grown in popularity, but the results are usually short-lived. A 2003 article in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that low-carbohydrate diets have no advantage over traditional well-balanced diets and that long-term restriction of carbohydrates can have dangerous side effects, including heart problems, osteoporosis, an increased risk of cancer, impairment of physical activity, lipid abnormalities, and even sudden death, if continued over a prolonged period of time. Eating complex carbohydrates, such as high-fiber cereal and brown rice, can actually help you lose weight by making you feel fuller while consuming fewer calories. 3. You think low-fat or fat-free means fewer calories. Often these options mean just that, less fat. They do not mean fewer calories. To compromise for the missing fat, manufacturers will add sugar in order to make the product taste just as good. This chart will show you popular foods where the low-fat option has almost as many calories as the regular version. Don't be fooled by good marketing. Healthy cookies usually taste like healthy cookies for a reason. 4. You believe eating healthy costs more money. While eating healthy may seem more costly, there are a lot of factors to consider. It is cheaper and easier to grab a burger and fries from a local fast food establishment, but investing in your health can save you costly medical bills in the future. In addition, there are more affordable ways to make healthy food. Instead of French fries, chop up a potato, drizzle with a little olive oil, add some salt and pepper and bake. You now have a lower calorie, cheaper option, and lose none of the fiber that a baked potato provides. Furthermore, a lot of people believe that raw vegetables provide more nutrients than frozen or canned ones. This is also not true, and frozen or canned vegetables are often cheaper than fresh produce. 5. You skip meals. You may think that one less meal equates to fewer calories consumed, but skipping meals may just make you eat larger portions later in the day. Research has shown that people who eat breakfast weigh less than those who skip the first meal of the day. 6. You disregard the calories that come from liquids. According to a recent study, 21% of calories in an American diet come from liquids. Consider the following 16-ounce drinks. A Starbucks hot chocolate is 370 calories, a 16-ounce Dunkin' Donuts vanilla bean Coolatta is 630 calories, and Jamba juice Aloha pineapple smoothie is 290 calories. Even orange juice is 190 calories for 12 ounces. By swapping these beverages for water, you significantly reduce caloric intake. 7. You don't count the little things. The little things include add-ons, such as salad dressings, coffee creamer, guacamole, and croutons. Just 2 tablespoons of Wishbone chunky blue cheese has 160 calories and 17 grams of fat. Similarly, 2 tablespoons of Gerard's regular Caesar dressing has 150 calories and 15 grams of fat. 2 tablespoons is small enough to be hiding under your sandwich bun or rolled up in your turkey wrap. Being aware of the ingredients in your food can help eliminate these hidden sources of calories and saturated fat. The formula for weight loss is simple: the amount of calories burned has to be greater than the amount of calories consumed. Benefits of maintaining a healthy weight include increased energy, higher self-esteem, and a lower risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, gallbladder disease, sleep apnea, and certain cancers. The best way to accomplish your weight loss goals is by old-fashioned diet and exercise. Eat well-balanced meals, increase your physical activity, ignore the late-night infomercials, and talk to your doctor or nutritionist about creating a plan of action that best meets your needs. We encourage you to experiment with the above 100+ weight loss tips, and see how much better you feel on a daily basis. Don't forget to subscribe below for a new video every single day, hit the like button, share this video with friends and family, and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.